Greetings, viewers. This is A Vision Entertainment once again, and I'm your host, Tommy Slaughter. We are here with another special guest. This is a legend. Her name is Deniece Pearson. She's a singer, songwriter, Brit Award winner, Grammy nominee, and lead singer of iconic family pop group Five Star. Now, 40 years on from Five Star, you just released your new single, Like a Child, from your fourth album, Free Queen C. What was the
Mhm.
idea behind the rapping on one of the singles? Because you started rapping on one single. What was that idea all
Yeah,
about?
I did. Hiya, Jonathan. Hi, everybody.
Oh,
Um, yeah, the idea just came to me from the heavens, just like all of the tracks on my album, Free Queen, Frequency. They're just kind of like I'm channeling a lot of songs and I'm listening to the energies. So the drum beat came along at first, and then the melody. And I normally read this book called Jesus Calling by Sarah Young.
okay,
So it's layman's Bible stories in layman terms.
okay.
Uh, and so I flicked through the book after I completed the track, and there it was, right there, like a child. So I thought, you know what? It would be so wonderful if we were all more connected to our spirit and energy and be like a child and be innocent and positive and just help each other and love each other. So that's what I wrote the song about.
Like a Child. I went on and I listened to it, and it's wonderful.
Thank
And
you.
it's kind of a um, different beat. It's like you went into a different lane, but it's wonderful. It is.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
sweetie.
what can you discuss like the creative process behind your upcoming album,
Mhm,
Frequency, and how
mhm.
spiritually and belief system influenced its creation? How your spiritual
Mm.
beliefs?
It's 100%. I mean, I wouldn't say that I am religious. I'm not religious.
Okay.
Mom and daddy always wore the cross, and we always believed in God will provide. You
Okay.
know,
Right.
yeah, we were a family of seven. So mommy was a nurse, daddy worked in the music business for a little while, and then he was driving trucks at the time, pinch trucks, lorries, and then he was going to sign this girl group, and then myself and Lorraine and Doris got together and learned the demo that they were supposed to sing, and we
Oh,
sang it for Dad. Yeah, so
oh
that's
wow.
what got us all into
That's
the
wonderful.
music. But with frequency, it is our I'm very, very connected. I had to go into solitude for this album.
Oh,
We have tracks called We Found Love. There's another one called Deliverance, which Bob Marley's influence came to me on that one.
oh
No more
wow.
persecution, my dear friends, the time has come to take
Okay.
our rightful place and stand where we belong. Kings and queens of Africa, no more oppression, only liberation. Take your crown and take your bow, deliverance. So
Your
yeah, so
voice was amazing. It's amazing.
thank you so
Wow.
much, Tom. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, but there are love songs on this album. There are spiritual tracks on this album. But
Mhm.
my main message is for everybody to just get along and love and help each other. It's not
Yeah,
one for one and one is for one. We're
that's right.
all one,
We're
you
all
know?
one. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
one
And
for
and
all.
it's amazing that you're speaking that, and also this is the mission that you want. And if we had more people to be the same,
Uh-huh.
the world would be a much better place. It will. So,
Absolutely, sweetie.
and
Yeah.
the mission you're on is wonderful. And if you just keep going down that path, you will have people following you that want the
Yes.
same thing, because we all do.
Absolutely. Everybody wants love. And I think once we keep it simple, and not become greedy
Yeah,
for things.
that's right.
This is one thing. My brother, as a lot of you know, he just passed. God bless him. And we're still healing in our family. Um, but here's the thing about it, he had this humongous storage of designers.
Hmm.
And it's like he didn't get to take him. with him, you
Oh,
know,
wow.
sweetie. And
Wow.
yeah, so that's the message here. This is what I learned, you know, Deniece, go for what you want to in your life, enjoy your life,
Mhm.
share, have fun, and these things that we're working for each day, and you know, the cars and the houses and the designers, you know,
Right.
they're really not that important. What's important is living and helping each other.
It's way more to life than just go for material things and fame,
Absolutely.
fame, and you want followers, and it's way more to it in life.
Absolutely, sweetheart.
And,
Yeah,
and God comes first, regardless of what people want to do. God is always first. He have to be, you know.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow. Your album is amazing. Well, the song Like a Child is amazing. And
Thank you.
what is the single most important lesson you learned from your father and manager, Buster Pearson, that still guides you today?
Um, always be respectful and classy. Presentation is key, you know. We always go into our dressing rooms. Anytime we go into our dressing rooms, before we leave, he says, make sure everything is nice and clean the way you left it,
That's
and
right.
then you leave, you know. So great principles. He was just phenomenal in everything that he did. He was very articulate in production, music productions, just like I am, in his writing and his management, and very, very, very shrewd man. Very
No,
shrewd.
that's so you had definitely some strict rules in the home, but it helped you out a whole lot. It made you who
Oh,
you are today. That's
absolutely, sweetheart. Yeah, anything that I do with my album, the presentation,
that's,
the musicianship, my dad is always first and foremost in my mind,
that's right.
you know?
That's
Yeah.
that's always great. That's always, and this album, where can people actually purchase the album right now?
It's going to be out December
But
6th, we're
December,
aiming
okay.
for. Yeah,
That's
this
coming up.
year. So on all platforms.
Okay.
So yeah, yeah, just look for it
Wow.
there.
Frequency, you busting out the scene once again. This time you came out like boom, like here I am, you know, after after a long after a few decades of being with the group, your family group, you definitely went solo at that time. I mean, you went
Yeah.
solo afterwards. And just what does your favorite lyric of all time, like a child, mean to you personally? And why do you think is a message about truth and honesty is so important to you or today?
I think, sweetie, that we're all born with a user manual, you know, where
Yeah,
good is good and bad is bad. And we
right.
all have a choice in life. So when we tap into that energy that we really are, because we're all energy and vibration, and when we tap into that, we have eyes everywhere. So you're not taking people as face value, at face value. You're reading into their energy, their aura.
Right.
And then when you ask questions about certain things that you may think there's a red flag about, when you
Mhm.
ask the energies about it, the energies will tell you because they are there, you know, they are there watching everything.
That's right.
So yeah, so when you have that spiritual team on your side, you're always going to flourish. This life is wonderful. It has a wonderment about it
That's right.
and a magic. But once we tap into that magic and want to tap into that magic, then we will feel the magic,
That's
you
right.
know? So
Right.
that's my those words and that principle about life and always being good and truthful and believing and have faith in what
That's
you're doing.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is most important to you, and that's wonderful because it is.
mhm,
It's very important, you know, and it
absolutely.
seems like you're very, very you're deep into trying to gather that love from a lot of people because you have
Mhm.
it in your heart, and I can tell you have a lot of love to give also. You know, sometimes
Absolutely, sweetie. Yeah.
you may have to protect that love a little bit, but you have it. So you
Yeah,
have
I just like Michael sang in that, with a child's heart, go face the worries of the day. You know, it's so beautiful with a child's heart, face everything, because a lot of people these days, sweetie, I think just because of all of the social media, they wear masks because they want to be accepted. But when that mask falls off, what uh, is are people going to see?
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right.
So why not keep it truthful, but have the trust and get connected so you have eyes everywhere, and then you can become vulnerable. Every day you can have that childlike energy. But I allow myself to be vulnerable and have my big heart, wear it on my sleeve, but I know that I'm protected. Yeah, there's two sides to that. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. You've mentioned social media. I think if they take away social media for about 5 years, I think
Yes.
everyone will come back to their regular selves again. I think
Yes.
you mentioned taking the mask off. That will happen because
Yeah.
now you don't have no one to vent to. You don't have to fake it anymore. You have to really be yourself
Yes.
now. And
Yes.
that's a good idea. Just take it away for about 5 years so people can come back
Yes.
together again, you know?
There you go, sweetie. And who knows, we might have a power cut. I mean, we had a the grid went down, and I guess the government wanted to see what people would do, but everybody came together,
Yeah,
when that happened about 5 months, 5 or 6 months ago. And the people are standing up right now,
that's right.
which is so amazing, and having more faith. I mean, our protests out here in England, London, England, there were millions of people on the street protesting the digital
Wow.
currency takeover, which I'm 100% against. I just wish that it was more of a godly kind of system where my mom used to say in Jamaica, they used to slaughter, one family used to slaughter an animal, and that would feed kind of like the whole
The whole
village.
village.
You
Yeah, the
know,
village. Yeah,
yeah, they'd trade the meat, and the ones with the vegetables would trade the vegetables,
that's
and
right.
there was no currency.
Right.
So I think living off grid and having the simple life and having that trust that God will provide, or
Right.
whichever energy, or Buddha or Allah,
Right.
uh, God has many names, but it's just one energy that connects us all. Once we know that that energy will provide, sweetie, that we're just going to be so much blessed in life.
That's right. And everything you're saying is accurate. And I hope that one day this comes to existence. Everything that we're talking
Come
about
on.
now. I just hope it comes to existence. And it will, because you just have to wait and things just come back together again. Hopefully it will.
Yes, sweetheart.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
I think so. It just takes one person, to get that ball rolling, and then it has a knock-on effect.
that's it. It just takes one person to lead the pack. You know, just one
Hmm.
person. Yep. You've
I
also
actually, Thomas,
yes.
I just wanted to touch on what Ibrahim Traore is doing in Burkina Faso,
Okay.
in Africa.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so wonderful what he's doing. Is
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
teaching the students how to cut the diamonds.
That's
He's
right.
teaching them all how to mine the gold, and
That's
it's
right.
all in
That's
house now.
that's right.
And coming from 13 million to what, 23 trillion.
20, 23, 24 trillion. 23, yeah,
Yes,
23
in
trillion.
house.
Wow.
So
Wow.
this is, and it's just one young guy who is he is anointed. He's God's anointed, and
Yeah,
he is carefully protected. He's
that's right.
setting everything right, and when everything is set right, sweetie, it's just the energy of the people when that comes together. That's so powerful,
That's right. That's right.
you know.
That's right.
So
That's what it
yeah.
is coming together. This is why I've mentioned when you do come together as
Uh-huh.
one people, you
Yes.
you're going to win. You can't lose at all because everybody's on the
Absolutely.
same page at this time. You know,
Absolutely, sweetheart.
and,
That's
and it,
that's a
it
given.
goes deeper with the government that's a whole different conversation, but it goes deeper with those guys too. You know,
Yeah. Well, they're just a handful, the
yeah,
government, so they call it. And actually, the government are supposed to be working for the people,
that's right.
not
Not
dictating
against.
to.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. That's
Yes.
right.
So it's wonderful. I'm so proud of the UK for having that march that they did. It's like, oh my God. I was like, yes, go, go. It's so incredible. And they have Jesus marches, and that faith is coming back, with the Bible. I don't really go to church, and I don't read the Bible.
Hmm.
I just go from just the kindness and truth and
Okay.
helping and love. That's what I go for. I think there's a lot of people who call themselves Christians, but they go into a lot of the gay festivals,
Yeah.
gay pride festivals, and they're saying, repent, what you're doing is wrong. But there's one thing that God says is we should not judge anyone. Some people are born with a love in their hearts, and if they come back as a woman and they were a male in their last life, this is it's quite a intricate subject that I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
I think we
It's
come back in, yeah, I think we come back in different vehicles sometimes, sweetie.
yeah.
And but love is love, but do not judge. Always be kind, because when we all transition, then we are, we have to step up and talk to the the highest
Yeah. Yeah.
power and discuss
Everyone
our
have to.
lives.
That's right. You got to stand before God. Everyone have to stand before God and get judged. Everyone in this world.
Absolutely, Cindy.
Looking back,
Yeah.
do you feel that's been the case, or do you still feel tied to your 5-star legacy?
Oh gosh, I feel tied to my 5-star legacy, and I'm very, very proud of it.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Wonderful.
yeah, I've been posting all over social media recently, and underneath each caption of the slightest touch, and if I say yes, I've just noted some of my experience in studio writing the tracks and making the videos. So the fans are really loving that insight that they're getting when they tune into my page. So, I mean, sweetie, we've sold over 40 million
That's right.
records. Yeah. And we had 6 top 10 UK, and also broke one of Michael Jackson's records of releasing the most singles and getting into I think it's the top 20 in any chart. So myself and my brother and sisters, we're very, very proud of our legacy.
That is amazing how you've actually got together and started singing, you, your brothers and your sisters. But what was the most challenging part of being in a family group, both personally and professionally?
Um, I don't think there were any challenges professionally, because when Doris wanted to do have her single released, and
Yeah,
then she had the middle spot, the lead singer spot, so I was fine with that. I just took her spot.
yeah.
Um, Personally, I think I was still in school, so we
Oh,
were
yeah,
all.
still high school, or right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah,
was
still high.
15
Yeah,
and Dell
15.
was
Wow,
13.
wow,
And
wow.
so we were all living in the same household until we were I was 19, and then we moved over to Berkshire in Sunningdale.
Wow.
Uh, and then after that, we moved to Los Angeles and stayed for 13 years. My kids were born over at Cedar Sinai, my son and my daughter. But it just kind of, it was a beautiful house. It was a
Yeah,
house on the hill, sunny with the pool, but it's
beautiful.
like I really need to have my own life. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I met my ex-husband on a blind date, and
yeah.
got married and had my babies. But I think that was quite challenging, kind of still under the same roof, all of us, all five of us.
Wow, so everyone could sing. How did it actually get started? Was your mother a singer, your father a singer also? But
No, my dad played on Wilson Pickett, Midnight
but
Hour tour. He played
the
guitar,
old Wilson Pickett,
and
that's right,
also,
that's right. So this is where
yeah, and
the legacy came from. Okay, okay,
yeah, uh-huh. And with Otis Redding and Jimmy Cliff
that's right.
and a lot of the 60s superstars. So his experience, he brought to our table, which was priceless.
Okay,
So he knew how to negotiate our contracts. We
wow,
were the only ones in the 80s who started an independent and ran it through
okay,
a major, which was
Legend.
RCA at the time. So
Legend.
Tent Records was out. So everything that we put out was on Tent Records.
Okay.
So the industry didn't like that because it was just so phenomenal what my dad did. He was down to the production. We got Greg Gaines on
Mhm.
keyboards. I can't wait. We got Paul Jackson Jr. on guitar for many of the tracks, for Silk and Steel tracks. We were flown out. We recorded many of those tracks at Larrabee Studios. I think it was on Melrose near Venice Beach.
Melrose Drive, Melrose, what is that?
Or Santa Monica. Is it Santa Monica near
Okay.
Venice Beach?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Larrabee Studio there, we got to meet Sony, a lot of the representatives from Sony and also the songwriters. Michael J. I love Michael J. He wrote The
Wow.
Slightest Touch, if I say yes. So yeah, so it was we grew up in the musical household. So my father wore many hats. He
Right.
as I said, he drove lorries, but then he distributed music, records, vinyls to be specific.
Okay.
So we had our choice of all of these artists. So my favorites were Smokey Robinson, Lionel
Smokey,
Richie,
Lionel Richie,
yeah, Crystal Gale,
Crystal Gap,
Ran
yeah.
yeah, Randy Crawford and the Jacksons, Diana and the Supremes, load
Wow.
of Motown. So yeah, that's where I kind of like built my vocal style. And
How
then and then later started to sing this more of the Celines and the Whitneys and the Mariahs to broaden my vocal range, because I
right.
used to have problems. I used to sing in my nose, in my sinuses, on many of the on the early tunes, but
Wow.
did the bigger notes on the Shine albums.
Well, how was it, just being around those major stars like Michael Jackson, Jacksons or just Whitney, like just those big stars, how was it just being around them? What was the energy like?
Well, we weren't allowed. We were ushered
I know
from
y'all were too
home.
young. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so five teenagers, still two still in school, myself and my brother. So we were ushered from home to the Royal Varieties, to Top of the Pops, to the Wogans, to Solid Gold, where you guys are, to
Yeah,
Soul Train,
that's
and then
right.
ushered back home when we finished. So
Wow.
only recently, I think it was about 7, 8 years ago,
Mhm.
well, when the Jacksons were doing their Unity tour, the four brothers. I supported them on that tour, so that was really incredible, absolutely phenomenal. And whenever Tito would come into town, he would. We're on the same agent. We were on the same agent, and so I would sing the J5 section. I want you backs, and
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
the real high.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
That's wonderful. How often do you all still sing All Fall Down? If you've been booked for a concert, how often is the song being played?
yeah. Well, All Fall Down wasn't one of the hits. That's All Fall Down and Let Me Be the One. These two broke really big in America
Oh,
and throughout Europe.
that's right.
Yeah, so that was before the crossover, because back in the day, the 80s black 80s artists had to cross over
Mhm.
pop. So that's what we did after Let Me Be the One. We went into the Rain or Shine, System Addict, Find the Time, Can't Wait, the pop scene. So we hardly get a chance to sing
All Fall
the
Down.
All Fall Down, yeah,
Oh, wow.
or
Yeah.
Let Me Be the One.
Wow.
But we do the six top 10 hits, which is Can't Wait, Stay Out of My Life, which I wrote, Slightest Touch, System Addict, Rain or Shine. I think I named them all. I think so.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, That's
Can't Wait.
that's great. You need some time, you said? Or
Oh no, I think Can't Wait was,
oh
yeah.
yeah, and can't wait another minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was one of my favorite songs. And let me be the one. Let me be. Yeah, that was my song.
Yeah.
I used to love that. And All Fall Down was my all favorite. All Fall Down was
Um,
my all favorite. I
you know,
love
sweetie, when I heard that demo, because Daddy always used to play the demos because I
it.
was going to be the one who was singing
Started it
it.
up.
So it was a guy who was singing the demo, and it was so boring. And I was thinking, Dad, what do you see? It was a low key. I used to wake up at night feeling so lonely. And it
Dry.
was so straight. And I thought,
Yeah.
what am I going to do with this? Because Daddy really loves this. So I put there Smokey Robinson. Um, I used to wake up at night feeling so lonely. And before I knew you really loved me.
There you go.
Ah,
You sound just
now
like the
you
record.
changed my world. I'm wondering this part, how to keep myself from falling over. That kind of
Yeah.
like vocal Arab acrobatic. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. You
So
sound just like the record. Just like it. You sound
thank
exactly
you,
like the
sweetie. I
record.
haven't warmed up.
Wow. Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, so nobody was doing that in the 80s, and it was like, wow, that's a new kind of like a new sound. So
Wow.
that was my essence that I put onto um that song.
On that song. That's right. You did your own blessings on that
I
song.
did.
You had to bless the song. You know? Wow, wow. Your solo career has explored different sounds, including soul, rock, and gospel. What inspired this creative exploration? And how has it changed your perspective on your own artistry?
I think, sweetie, that we do have a lot of soul and gospel, but I've got that pop kind of spin on it, just like a child. It's kind of got that Will Smith kind of woo.
Mhm. That's right. Uh-huh.
Summertime, kind of like essence to it. Yeah. And it's kind of like, it's such a groove. I absolutely love it. And then you've got the scripture on top of it. You gotta be like a charm. And then you got that 90s, like I said, I tell you the truth, yo, yo, that kind of like vibe. So it's all kind of like knitted together so wonderfully. That's how God is, he's made us all individual and perfect with the fingerprints.
That's
Nobody's
right.
got the same fingerprint in the whole world. And that's how much God, that energy loves us all. It's
Wow.
phenomenal.
It's wonderful. And your song, the album, is it any special collaborations that you would like to talk about on the album Frequency? Any
Yeah.
special? Okay.
Yeah, well, free Queen C, the Queen is free, and now she can see. There's a kind of awakening that a lot of in the spirit kind of world and
Yes.
the energy, there are different frequencies that we're on. It's just like a radio channel. You get the soul, you get the classic, you get
That's
the
right.
opera, you get the so in life, I think instead of calling a lesson, oh well, that didn't work out for me, it's a bad time in my life. When we can be still in ourselves and look at this lesson, what am I supposed to learn from this lesson?
That's
And then
right.
you alchemize. Yeah, I'm a huge alchemist. I try to see the positive, find the positive in the negative,
And negative.
you know?
That's right.
And I always do. And when we do, we grow, and then we're on a different frequency,
Wow.
And so we're kind of like attracting different things and different people into our lives.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, yeah. So I think it's a whole mixture of everything kind of like put together.
Wow. So it's all in one. It's like it's like stew. When you're eating stew, you put everything in it. It's all mixed together.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
great.
thing. And then when you got the right
The
ingredients,
right
it's just
ingredients.
gonna taste right. Yes.
Right ingredients. Wow.
Mhm.
How did the transaction from a family-run group managed by your father to
Mhm.
navigating the music industry on your own affect your creative vision and independence?
I think I've flourished a whole lot more because I do um, on frequency. I am producing and I'm putting everything together. And the only thing I'm not doing is the mix. So it's really made me free,
Oh,
sweetie, to arrange
oh,
my vocals,
okay,
to write my own songs, and to
okay.
produce my own songs. So it's just it's emancipation, as they say.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
magnificent.
So you
Yeah,
did
that's
it
what it's.
all. Write,
Yeah.
produce. Wow, wow. What was one of the hardest, not hardest, what was one of the difficult songs to write and produce?
They weren't. None of them were hard because when we listened to it, I was listening. I had to take this 8 months out, um, and listen and be quiet. I mean, a
Yeah,
lot of people can't even face being in one room for a whole week on their own without any interaction, you know? I've learned that I love my peace
okay.
because when I am on my own, in my own space, I can connect and I'm always listening. And that energy is always there, kind of like it just gives you a whisper, like, move now.
Move
And
now.
then, yeah, because there was even from car parking spaces, it was like I was sitting in this car park. I was on the what's it called? The exit, sitting right before the
Exit.
exit. And it was,
Yeah.
yeah. And I was like, oh, really need a space here. And I was waiting for my guy to pull up to come and pick me up. And something told me, move. There wasn't any more spaces. It said,
Wow.
move, drive round. So I just moved and I drove round and I was looking as I was driving around and somebody was getting into their car and pulling out. As soon as I get back into the entrance, I
Wow,
went
wow,
straight into
wow,
that. Yeah, so it's
wow.
so magnificent when you hear that voice. It's just like it's not even a whisper, it's like a knowing, you know?
It
And
comes
then,
as it comes into your mind, your thoughts. It's a
yeah,
voice. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's so magnificent, Thomas. To have that connection. So that's why I really enjoy. I'm kind of greedy for my solitude and my space because
That's right.
it's
Right.
so magical. Yeah,
A piece of mind is
yeah,
priceless. You can
absolutely.
never, let me tell you, if someone is breaking my peace, I move far away from them
Yes, there you
because
go.
it makes me uncomfortable if you messing with my peace. I don't like it.
Uh-huh. So
You
you sound as if you have a, a light in your aura, a kind nature, a kind heart.
Yes,
So the
yes.
bigger your aura, a lot of narcissistic kind of people
Oh, wow.
who
Wow.
carry a lot of low energies will
Wow.
be attracted to your light.
Right? You hit the nail on the head. I'm telling you, that is exactly true. Wow. Because I
Yeah.
just got over a narcissist, a narcissistic person, and wow, you're right. You're right.
Mm. Yeah, so that's the once we can figure that out and know that, then we're kind of like we're prepared for the next person who comes. But when we learn that lesson, normally we have the right person on the right frequency
That's right.
for us and our aura that we've built. So yeah, I think life is a huge lesson. It's such a beautiful thing. So
It is.
beautiful. Yeah.
People think that you're not going to just be here and not go through some things. Life
Yeah.
teaches you ups and downs, and you have to grow from those situations. And
Absolutely.
unfortunately, some people take their lives because they don't know how to handle certain pain in
Yes.
life. But living here on earth is going to move whether you here or not. It's still going to keep going. Life
Yes.
is going to life
Yes.
regardless. You just have to
Absolutely,
learn.
sweetheart.
You
Yes,
know?
absolutely. And we see pain as it hurts, but we've named it as pain. So we think it's hurtful and
Yeah,
yeah, but it's not. It's just once we open our eyes and connect and choose to see it in a different light and different way, we will learn that lesson. They just like I think it was God Almighty, Bruce Almighty and Evan Almighty actually.
Evan. Okay.
Yeah, he was kind of pulled from his family, and I think it was,
I'm
oh
sorry. Is that
gosh,
Jim Carrey? Jim Carrey or no?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But it was the second one with Evan. But
Yeah,
who was the guy who played God? Is that actor
yeah,
guy?
that was
Morgan Freeman.
like Morgan, yes, Morgan Freeman. That's exactly who it was. Yeah,
Yes.
Morgan Freeman.
So he said, when you ask God for peace and humility, he's going to give you a trial, that a test that you have to pass, that you will realize that that's how you get peace and humility.
Right.
And so it's like a lesson where you have to go through certain things to appreciate what
That's right.
peace and humility
That's
is
right.
about. And
That's right.
so then you have it within you, and then you grow, and then you get exactly what God has gifted you.
That's guilty. Because
Yeah,
because if you never go through anything, how would you know how to handle something? Like you have to
absolutely.
go through something to show you how to handle it the next time. You
Yes,
know?
sweetheart. And are we going to be grateful for it?
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, that's another one. Yep. And just about your group, your family group 5 star. What are some of your memorable moments of 5 star of that time?
I think touring was phenomenal. I mean, we couldn't even hear ourselves on stage because
Wow.
there was this crowd was it was a sold out tour, European tour, two tours that we did, and the crowd was just screaming continuously, and the place was, I think it was over capacity. And meeting the doing the Royal Varieties was wonderful. Um, yeah, and just the whole journey with my family, sweetie. Uh, Outside my family, I think the first thing that I did was Thriller Live on the West End.
Oh.
Um, and yeah, and before I would come out, I was singing The Way You Make Me Feel. That was the
Mhm.
female lead song. And so before I came out on stage, I had this curtain that would open up, and it would go straight into the song. But before it opened, I'd say, all right, picture Doris and Lorraine Dell instead on my side and say, come on, let's go and do this.
That's
So
right.
then I'd step out and do my thing. But
Wow.
yeah, it's been an incredible journey, really.
That's wonderful. You know, when I look at your albums and just listen to some of them, like Evolution X, Until Dawn, well, that's the remix.
Yeah.
Twisted Electric.
Yeah.
Um, and there's another one, Deniece Pearson, 2014.
Yeah.
But did you write and
Okay.
produce those albums also?
The Twisted Electric, I was one of the writers on that.
Okay.
On the, what was it called? Imprint album.
The Imprint.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would co-write with Gerard, Wayne Gerard. He's an American writer,
Okay.
brilliant American writer. Yeah. We wrote Freak Dance to on that album, and a lot of Free Fall, a lot of beautiful tracks. Yeah. Yeah. So it was amazing.
Wow, that's wonderful. And we have to talk about Billy Ocean. How was it touring with the Jacksons and Billy Ocean at that time? Just being on the tour bus and at the shows. How was that touring with them guys?
Oh my God, in rehearsals, I was like front seat right there. And then I think it was Jackie was saying, come on, Jackie, Deniece has to do her sound check now. And it was like, did Jackie just now say my name? It was like, wow, look, the Jacksons are just right there. It's like it's phenomenal because
Amazing,
we
right?
grew
Yeah,
up.
phenomenal.
Yeah, we,
Yeah.
we grew up in our household with watching their cartoons, you
Wow.
know,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
listening to their albums. Oh, Michael, and it was phenomenal. And with Billy on his last show, he called me up on stage and he sang Caribbean Queen
Caribbean Queen.
to
Yeah.
me, and it was, yeah, and I
Oh,
was
oh,
like,
he's singing to you. Wow.
yeah, on stage, and I was like, what is this really happening? So
Wow.
yeah, all incredible artists, absolutely incredible.
You know, because of your I want to say your aura, your personality.
Uh-huh.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility to be a voice for others who don't have one?
Yeah, well, sweetie, I think everybody, just like I said about the fingerprint, nobody has a fingerprint like mine. And a lot of people say, well, we're not perfect. We are perfect. Each individual that God has made is perfect because He's made everyone perfect to who they are. So
Right.
I think everyone has a voice,
Yeah.
sweetheart,
Yeah.
whether they find it or not. It took me to go to Los Angeles to find mine because Lorraine and Doris always used to do the routine. They did Doris did the routines, but they always used to
Yeah.
do the interviews, and I never used to speak. And years after, about 30 years after, these guys were like, Deniece, when are you ever going to speak?
Oh,
you
wow.
know
Wow.
but I think it took for me to go to LA because the people in LA was so friendly. Even strangers would come up to me at my kids' school and say, hi Deniece, how are you? And it was just such a great energy, a
Yeah.
great
Yeah.
flow of life.
That's right.
um
That's right.
and then yeah, so they gave me that confidence to kind of like come back and say, okay, I'm ready to interview now. But I
I'm
think
ready now. I'm ready. Come on, let's do it. Right.
exactly,
Wow.
Thomas. So I think everybody will find their voice soon enough if they haven't found it yet. But I think I am the voice for our energies and our legacy of gold and fortune and abundance that everybody's born with. Once you use your mind to manifest things into
That's
your
right.
life, what
That's
you
right.
think about, you bring about.
That's right. That's right.
And I do believe that 100%.
That's right. You're absolutely right. You think about, you pray about, and that's 100% true, like you said, you
Mm,
know. And
mm,
you have many artists explore themes of love,
yeah.
love loss and identity in their work. What themes do you find yourself returning to, and why are they important to you?
Always love. Always. No matter what the style of the music is. I think once I remain true to my authenticity and integrity, then everything that I give from my energy and my aura is going to be 100% on that product. And
Yeah,
people are going to hear it and they're going to hear the love. And they're going to hear me. And as long as I do things that way, my music, my writing, my production, then I know it's going to touch other people, other
that's right.
people's lives. Yeah.
It's going to
So that's
continue.
very,
Yeah, I'm listening. Go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. So that's very, very important to me to stay authentic with strong integrity.
Yeah, and it continues to resonate as you continue to pour out the love, and people will definitely keep catching on to it, because
Hmm.
people cling on to something good. They
Yeah.
they they, they love the energy and of good things. You know,
Wonderful. Yeah.
they do.
Uh, It seems to be quite hard these days because of the internet and everybody's DMing and it's become very physical. The world has become very physical. Man will become lovers of themselves. Now you see everybody with their phones up and their,
Everybody.
you know, and no, I can get that person and I can get that person. It's like, what about um you just got to be so careful with your life,
That's right.
because you don't know what that person's energy has picked up, what demons they're or low energies that they're carrying,
Right.
that's going to jump onto your vehicle. I mean, once we see the world in a different way, which is the spiritual energy kind of way, then you're looking at the world with different eyes, but
Yeah.
better eyes. You got
Different view.
2020.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
got
right.
2020 vision, more than 2020 vision. You've got, what's it called? This one, when you can see all round,
Yeah. Yeah.
with
That's
like a
yeah. Yeah.
peripheral. It's like a peripheral, isn't it?
Your peripheral view. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow, that's deep. It's real deep. Do you have a book coming, or is there a book already out?
I don't know,
Because
but I should though.
yeah, I think you should, because I think
Okay.
I think you ready. You ready to write 3 or 4 novels right now. I think you should do it.
Okay,
I do.
I'll
I think
definitely think about that, Thomas. You've seeded that idea in my mind. Thank you so much for that.
yeah, I think you should go ahead and write and then do a documentary after that, just about certain things in your life.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that.
That would be
Thank
wonderful.
you, sweetheart.
How do you manage the pressures of the music industry and maintain your mental health while being creative?
We didn't. My dad did because we were all so young.
Okay.
And I think if there was any kind of pressure, my dad wouldn't come to us with it.
Mhm.
He just wanted us solely just rehearse, get your stuff sorted, your the costumes, the get ready for the interviews, learn the songs. We go in studio, we record them, and
Mhm.
when we left school, so we were all teenagers. So my dad took that upon himself as a father to protect us, just like he ushered us to the uh, TV studios and back home. He protected us, so he took the brunt of whatever was there.
Okay. Just want to ask you, your father, is he still around? Because I didn't read anything.
No, he passed in 2012.
Okay,
But
okay.
sweetie, I don't know how he did it. He got all five of us back together for
Wow.
one last show. So
Wow.
yeah, that was in 2012 before he passed. God
Wow.
is great. He made that happen. And I just looked at Dad and I said, Dad, how did you make that happen? And he was like, and then he was watching the performance back and he was like, woo, yeah. And that was like, wow, that's how he used to, his reaction was when we first started out. So it's just so lovely to hear that again.
Right. That's right. That's wonderful. I think that's amazing right there, That is amazing.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Wow. Wow. You're welcome. Wow. What does when you have the feeling of home, when you at home, that's your comfort space. That's your peace when you in your
Hmm.
home.
Hmm.
What does the feeling of home sound like to you, and how do you try to capture that in your music?
Home is um, truth, uh, um, having mummy, seeing my brothers and sisters. Lorraine came over from Dubai the other day. She spent her birthday here. My son came over because his is on the 10th, his is on the 12th, hers is on the 10th.
Okay.
And um, and we're all at mummy's. So those kind of moments are really like home. And when you can, have your creature comforts, like I love my silk bed, my water beds,
You're
and I love
welcome.
my pure silver cutlery and my bone china cups and dishes. So the best, this is what Daddy told me before he passed in the hospital. He says, Bang, he used to call me Bang. He said, make sure you have the best, eat the best. So and live the best. So that's what I mean. Why put the crockery away? Sit it in the display cabinet when you can use it every day and enjoy it,
That's right. That's right.
you know.
That's right.
So
Right.
home is kind of creature comforts. It's family. It's love. It's sharing. It's helping. Um, yeah, yeah, and it's a just a nice kind of feeling inside when you know that people are on your side. You got your family on your side, you know.
That's wonderful. You broke it down like you was rapping on a record. And you took your time. You was like, home is like, you took your time. That's wonderful.
When I think of home, I think of a place where there's love
That's right.
overflowing. Yeah, beautiful.
Stephanie, wow. Have you
That
ever
was
met
Diana Ross. That was
well
Diana
the
Ross,
first
remember?
one, the first one.
Yeah, in the Wiz.
Yeah, the Wiz. That's right. That's right.
Oh, I
Because
just love that when she sings that. It's just amazing. So amazing.
yeah, that she did. She sang that in the Wiz, and then I think Stephanie Mills did it over, or
Ah,
someone did it over. Yeah, but
okay.
Diana Ross is the original
Oh,
singer.
yes. Yeah.
To this day, do you still watch the Wiz? Like, what old shows you still go back and watch sometimes? Like just to binge.
Did you guys used to you're familiar with the Waltons, right?
The Waltons, that
Yeah,
was
the
back
Waltons.
in the 80s, right?
That was way back in like the 70s kind of 80s, wasn't
No,
it? We used to watch it.
I was born
Yeah.
76, so I no.
Ah,
I was
okay.
born
So
76. But
so
I've heard of it. I've heard of the Waltons, yeah.
yes, the Waltons and Little House on the Prairie. I
Par-
don't know whether
I used to watch that,
yes.
yeah.
So that's I love going back to, and watching those because that's the principle of how people should live. You know, just it's not they're not always working to get money. Charles and Carol,
Yeah,
they're in a marriage with Laura and Mary, and everyone's so respectful of everyone else, and the town comes together and they help, and it's just so wonderful, and they believe in God, and it's so from the heart, and
right.
it's so real, and I just love it so much. Those are the programs that I go back to. Those are two of the programs that I go back to.
Okay.
And I also love to watch, the Pixar and the Pixar, like Up and
Yeah.
Pinocchio. I love Pinocchio, but
Okay.
Cinderella is my
Okay.
favorite. Yeah,
Cinderella. Oh, no, okay.
yeah,
Wow. You've mentioned your father told you to be healthy, eat right and things like that.
yeah.
Can you share some things that you do like to eat?
Yeah, I like to make my own soups. So they have this nice frozen veg, which is we get from Waitrose out here, and it's loads of roasted veg that's frozen. So
Okay.
put it in the pan and put a little bit of stock and make a beautiful soup. I have that with rice cakes. I do my workouts and Cliff Bars. I just now got my order of Cliff Bars.
Oh, Cliff
So they're
Bars.
yeah, they're American. So I always used to eat those on the Thriller Live tour
Okay.
during my breaks. Um, and I don't eat rice and I don't eat bread. That I if I do eat bread, it'll be once in a blue moon and I'll eat lots of it and then I'll come off of it.
And you'll
Uh,
stop. Yeah. You take a
yeah.
break. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat pasta. Rice, pasta, and bread. I don't eat. I tend to have more of the fresh salads and the fruit. No cheese or meat or fish because that's
Oh.
it kind of it has a disconnection for to the energy, sweetie.
The
Um,
the frequency, like
yes,
I heard that. So are you a vegan or no?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay,
vegan.
okay.
Yeah, it blocks the energy because of I think it's because of the slaughter of the animal is in the flesh and in the cheeses. There's a lot of chemicals in the cheese and just the flesh
Fresh.
altogether. Yeah, it's a blocker. It blocks what is it called? The third eye.
Okay.
Yeah, it calcifies the thingy gland. I forgot what it's called, the gland right here. Yeah, that
Yeah.
gland. So I feel that a lot of times when I eat the soup and then I'll probably not have anything for the next day. It's the fasting really connects you. And
Okay.
also it's we're giving us it's called autophagy, so it heals, it gives your body enough time to heal your cells again because the stomach isn't working.
Like purifies. It purifies your body, and yeah,
There you go. And then the
yeah.
cells that are in your body goes around and it starts its cleanup process. It gets rid of any
Right.
cancerous or any
Toxins.
bad toxins, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and it flushes it out. So that's what, and it keeps you young when you get rejuvenate your cells. So yeah, so that's where the fountain of youth is in fasting, not just like a total cold turkey, but if you can
yeah.
have a nice meal and then give your body time to um
Break
process the
everything
food,
down. Yeah, and cleanse
break,
itself. Then
yeah,
start over again, do
repair.
the same thing. Yeah.
There you go. There you
Wow.
go.
Wow, that's wonderful. In the music industry, you only have just two more questions for you. In the music
Yeah.
industry, I spoke with a lot of people who've
Mhm.
mentioned the heartbreak, the mental breakdowns that they had. But of course, you were young, you didn't have that. But as you got older, have you ever had a moment during a performance where you felt completely lost in the music, and what was that like?
Oh gosh, yeah. I think it was once in Thriller Live
Oh,
when I was they don't get yeah. I think it was What About Us Today? What About Us? The Earth
yeah,
song.
yeah.
Cutting up the seas.
That's
What
Michael
about
Jackson.
it was so powerful in that
Wow.
moment. And they're like after the show, we go through our notes and they're like, Deniece, why didn't you turn and walk to the back and come back down?
Yeah.
And I said, I was in the moment and I had to stay there and deliver that. What about it? What
It
about
took
it?
you out. It took you another moment. It just took you there.
Oh, yeah. And you just got to go with the energies right there when you're there.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter what anybody else says. Just walk behind me because I'm staying here in this moment and I'm delivering this song to this audience, and they're loving it because I think Michael was a fan of ours, and
Oh
he
yeah.
did want us to. Yeah, he did want us to. What is it called? When the
Collaborate
band
or
comes on. Yeah, when the band comes on first, the first band, and then Michael comes on. So
okay,
support.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
he
Yeah,
wanted
that's
us
support.
to support him on the Bad tour, I think it was.
Oh,
Uh, but my dad told me just before he passed, he says, "No, they did request you guys, but you
oh,
guys don't support anyone." It's like, what did you just say? Come
oh,
say that one more time to me,
wow, wow,
because
wow, wow,
I didn't know this, and it's like, no. If Daddy would have told me, Michael wanted us for the Bad tour, I would have said, Dad, we're doing it.
wow.
You
But
know.
your father said no. It wasn't a good idea, right? He said no.
Yeah, he said it wasn't a good idea, but I would not have minded supporting the biggest entertainer in the whole world on
That's
his
right.
tour.
That's right. That's wow, wow. That would have been so big doing
Yeah.
something like that. I mean, till this day, people will go
Yes.
back and watch that on YouTube a lot. Wow.
Yes. Oh my God. I would be watching it on YouTube. It's like, what? Although I wasn't a Michael fan growing up, Doris and Lorraine were both the Michael fans. I was the
Okay.
Smokey Robinson fan.
Smokey Robinson. Wow. Have you
Yeah.
ever met Smokey in person?
Yes. Yeah, twice. Once in Vegas and once where else? I think I was at a show and I met him. It's just gorgeous. Oh my God, his eyes. Beautiful. And such a magnificent songwriter.
Wow. So I
Singing.
know you came across a lot of heavyweights in the industry. A lot of them, right?
Yeah, and Berry Gordy?
Yeah,
Is it
Barry Gordy. Yeah,
Yeah, he was in
Barry. Yeah.
the audience when I was singing the J5 section with Tito,
Oh,
actually.
okay. Wow.
Yeah, that was
He
amazing.
actually worked with them on a lot of their music. He actually
Yeah.
did Thriller, Michael Jackson's album, the whole
Oh, did
thing.
he?
He did Thriller. Yep.
Oh, I thought that was Quincy.
Quincy Quincy
Yeah,
Jones. I'm sorry,
yeah,
it was Quincy Jones who did Thriller. But Barry
yeah.
Gordy did do some work with Michael, didn't he? With
Oh
the
gosh,
Jacksons.
yeah. It was Motown. It was
Yeah,
when
yeah,
Michael
Motown.
was
Yeah.
tiny.
But Quincy
Yeah,
Jones recorded and he did Thriller. Yeah, that's
yeah.
right. That's right. He did. He did. This one last question.
Yeah.
Um, what do you hope listeners take away from your music, and how do you feel your songs resonate with your audience?
I hope they like it because it is kind of different. There aren't many high vocals like I used to do back in the day. It's more of a chilled kind of vibe and getting the message across,
Okay.
you know. Um, but I hope that they love it and they start to feel that same kind of energy that I do to help people. Even if you're in the line in a superstore and somebody doesn't have enough, give them the change, that kind of thing to
Right.
give people hope and to keep the faith that getting up every day is not and going to work and then coming back. Some people are doing a job that they don't like to do just
Right.
to pay the mortgage, staying in a marriage just to pay the mortgage,
That's
you
right.
know,
That's
and
right.
all of these things. But when you find the beauty in life, I want people to hear the beauty of my music, take to the messages, and know that they are 100%, we're all the same and we're all connected,
That's
and we
right.
all have gifts to give each other and share with each other. That's what I hope they take away from my music.
Wow. Wonderful. Viewers, you've just heard the legendary Deniece Pearson. She gave you just a little bit of her life story, but we have to do a part two for the second half.
Absolutely, Thomas. I really enjoyed this.
It was beautiful. And I thank you for this interview. I do. And if
Oh,
you have anything to let's talk about the album one more time. It
yeah,
comes out December, and you can let them
yeah,
know now
yeah.
about the album.
Yeah, my album comes out. It drops in December. We're aiming for the 6th of December,
Six.
2025.
Okay.
Yeah, so look out for that, everyone. And also, I might be putting out another single. Yeah, I'm getting ready to drop another single in maybe the end of October, just before the album
The
comes out.
album drops.
Yeah.
Go check out Like a Child. That is one of the is a dope song, and she's rapping a little. She's spitting lyrics, but it's a nice song, and you should go on and try it. And she's a legend. She has songs out all over. The Five Star was her group. Family is a family group. You can check that out also. This is A Vision Entertainment. I thank you so much, Deniece Pearson, for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me, Thomas. Take good care of yourself, sweetheart.